I think just a rule of thumb, just like a general best practice that I always talk to the CAMs with is like not to sit on it, right? Like don't sit on it, just get it done, complete your day, get your tasks assigned, follow up on that meeting because that's kind of what clients like, but also what agency owners like to see. So always kind of a best practice when we're working with different agencies to be that person that's first to the email, first to the feedback and tasking out everything. So just being really efficient and quick.
Welcome to the Happy Clients Podcast, brought to you by Dot and Company. Whether you're a virtual assistant, an agency owner, or a client-facing account manager, we all deal with clients. Lucky for you, client management is what we do best. Now, let's dig in, chat cam life, and have some fun along the way. Cheers to happy clients.
At Dot and Company, we always sort of pride ourselves on efficiency. And I know in those initial sales calls with agency owners and, getting them to understand our model and what happens at Dot and Company, efficiency just plays a huge role in that. We're basically sort of that person that can get it done in half the time because we're the experts. We know what's happening. We have a template for everything. So we're just well equipped to be super efficient inside of agencies. So I know a lot of people come to us for that, but maybe Taylor, you could even give us insight on what agencies are looking for once we're certainly in the agencies and why efficiency is so important.
Yeah. So the benefits of somebody who's actually really efficient in your agency versus inefficient is going to A, cost you a lot of time, but B, it's going to cause a lot of stress on the business, not just you, but your other team members. So when we're talking to agency owners about kind of their current situation, whether they have an account manager already, or if they're looking to hire an account manager, there's some key things that we talk about. So firstly, being efficient creates way better productivity inside the business. So, not only with your team, but how productive you are for your clients' output and how
Mhm.
you're getting them results. So, when you're thinking about what pieces in the business you need to improve the efficiency of your account manager, there's some things that we want to fill you in on that we train our team on.
And I think just a rule of thumb, just like a general best practice that I always talk to the CAMs with is like not to sit on it, right? Like don't sit on it, just get it done, complete your day, get your tasks assigned, follow up on that meeting, like never sit on it, just get it done because that's kind of what clients like, but also what agency owners like to see. So always kind of a best practice when we're working with different agencies to be that person that's first to the email, first to the feedback and tasking out everything. So just being really efficient and quick.
Yeah. And so, just kind of in a nutshell, when we're talking about the life of an account manager or a client account manager, like we're talking about, there's a lot that goes into this role. So, we're
Mhm.
not just client facing and in charge of the relationships. There's a ton of other project management facets and operational pieces that are really going into
Mhm.
this role that I think is overlooked. And when we're describing an account manager, we're talking about ourselves as the glue within the agency and with the client. So we're making sure that the inside of the agency is running efficient, but also that the relationships and the communication with the client is efficient. So here are some key things that you want to track when it comes to ensuring that your team is efficient. So here are some things that you as the agency should be tracking or your account managers should be tracking to ensure efficiency. Number one is time tracking. And we don't mean this to sound like a micromanager type. It's really to understand the data because we all understand that if there's no data, you have no idea what's going on. For example, we work inside of agencies fractionally. So we might work 10, 15, or 20 hours a week. So we really need to understand what we're doing in those 20 hours. How much time are we spending on client meetings? How much time are we spent project management or communication on the backside? So we really want to know what is just happening on a weekly basis so then we can optimize it. Because as account managers, if we can spend less time on wasted client meetings, for example, that are inefficient, we're going to work on prioritizing that instead of just saying, whatever, I can just take that meeting. So unless you're ensuring that your team is time tracking for data, you're never going to be able to improve efficiency.
100%. And like I always tell the CAMs, it's a remote world. We're not trying to like hover over his shoulder or anything. I I'm pretty trustworthy. We understand that they're putting in hours. Oftentimes, sometimes we had earlier discussed, but the time tracking is so important to even see where that time goes. Is there a client that is like a massive time suck? Like, let's tackle that client and see what's going on. Is there, problems with project management? Is project management taking you 9 of your 10 hours? That's insane. So we can kind of like identify those problems, like you said, Taylor, those data points and speak to them and really sort of problem solve, which is really cool. So while it seems like a very strange micromanagey sort of thing to do, I'm always telling cams like that's not what it's for. It's actually really useful in sort of the day-to-day and efficiency piece of it all.
Taking a quick pause on today's episode to talk to you about the beginning of a referral-worthy client experience. I want to introduce you to our complete onboarding package for digital marketing agencies. So this isn't your first rodeo. You know the client experience can make or break a project. Forget the blood, sweat, and tears that you and your team have poured into a project. If the client doesn't feel as important as their project, you won't land those referrals your business is banking on. But who has the time to baby their clients and promise them the results? The good news is onboarding your clients is the beginning of that referral-worthy client experience and your secret to repeat clients. And in the complete onboarding package, we're showing you how to onboard your clients like professional client account managers. That's us. So what is the complete onboarding package? It is everything you need to know about onboarding. As dedicated client account managers for some of the world's most successful digital marketing agencies, we've onboarded more clients than we can count. We've tried and tested and retested our process to get it perfect. And that is now this complete onboarding package. From the sales call to the launch, the complete onboarding package shows you how we onboarded clients into digital marketing agencies step by step, including the exact tools and templates we use with real clients. You'll get a 24 step-by-step guide, 22 in-depth video tutorials, and more than 18 tools and templates, so you can take action right away, swipe, implement right into your agency. So if you are an agency, make sure you head over to clientaccountmanager.com/onboarding to get your hands on the complete onboarding package. Number 2 is client retention. So as an account manager, our goal is to keep clients happy and keep them around. So you want to be tracking client retention, which is showing how long are clients staying on, meaning is your team efficient with the 10 to 15 clients that they have? Or maybe they're working too much and they're not giving them the attention they need, or they're just straight up not efficient and they're not doing the things to keep clients on. So you kind of want to monitor that because it's a KPI for account managers.
Yeah. And I think it's just like so valuable to see that retention kind of post account manager too, right? Like really understand how this is helping your growth and your sustainability, which is amazing because having that dedicated person is just so valuable. So, of
Mhm.
course, we love time tracking, we love client retention, and then there's also speed of communication. In a world that is so quick, this is such a good thing to even ask your clients about, ask your, like what's the protocol for the agency? Like, what is that window that you like to get back to your clients? And, it's always immediate. It's always like, we want to get back to them, but in a really real and helpful, educated way, right? We're not just going to fire back emails. That's why people come to us because that's kind of the circle they're in. So getting information and having that within sort of that window, that speed of communication is so important, especially when we talk about efficiency, because we can certainly send back emails, or we even have tools to make sure that we're touching base and we're getting them what they need. Hey, I'm in touch with the media buyers. Just, I'm going to have this answer for you by the end of the day. Even these sort of tips and tricks and that speed, something's getting back to the client that makes them feel heard and supported.
Mhm. And the last thing on our hit list for efficiency is client happiness. And this is our favorite thing to track because you want your clients to feel supported. So you want to be looking for things like, are clients happy? Are you improving their happiness? Are they communicating that to you? Are you getting customer stories that feel really great and that clients are happy? So you want to be able to track, are your clients happy? Which then in turn shows, are your account managers actually efficient with their time and building relationships and they're focused on the right things?
And even like a subtask to that is, I love when account managers are not hearing about the problem from the client. Not that there's a problem, but like they're ahead of it. They are the ones communicating with the client and not vice versa, because it's that constant sort of communication and sort of in the know that is happening between account managers and clients. So yeah, they're happy because they know what's happening in their account. They know that you're going to email them within 4 hours. They know that people are kind of constantly working on improving their business. And that is just so valuable for agencies to have that person kind of supporting that.
Absolutely. So we meet with agency owners, like Katie said, every single day, who come to us with, they might have account managers on their team that just, they feel like they're not efficient and they feel like they're not performing at a level that they need to be and they're not premium. And we realize there's a really big difference from an okay account manager to a spectacular account manager. And that is kind of where our training comes in. So we do a lot of soft skills and coaching and mentorship for account managers inside of agencies. So if you're interested in learning more about that, definitely check out our website. It's by application only. So make sure that you read through that, make sure we're a good fit, send in that application, and we would be happy to see if we can help train your team on all of these things that we have talked about and all the things on this podcast. But thank you so much for tuning in to another episode of the Happy Clients podcast. Until next time, cheers.
Cheers to happy clients.